Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's me again. So today it is a model tank review out of all... Yeah, it's the last thing you expect because I haven't been doing model tanks for a while. But I finished this one up yesterday, so I felt like doing a review on it. Today's video is on Tamiya's late production Sturmpanzer IV. This one has been out for a bit less than 2 years, or I think a bit more. I don't know which one it is, but I've had this model since I came back August 4th, and I started it on August 4th, and look at me, I finished it almost at the end of September. As you can tell, I take my time on certain things. So without further ado, let's get to the review. So I just gave you a 360 of the model, and I'll point out some of the crazy things that I liked, disliked, and objections that I have about it, because this thing is in 35th scale, so... And yes, this is my third time using an airbrush on a model, so... And it came out way better than I expected, so... Let's get to it. Hold on, guys. Alright, so let's get to the very front of the tank where the, let's get to the lower hull and the chassis and everything. Let's see. There we go. I'll zoom you guys in on that. So, we've got the spare track here and two little access doors to the chassis. Not the chassis, the transmission. Jeez, I still need to warm up my tank lingo. We've got the light, we've got this little tool here that I don't know what the deal is with that. And then, yeah, there's supposed to be two little handles here, but I didn't feel like putting them, and there could be a spare track down here. Also, this spare track, it comes already fully assembled, so you don't have to assemble one link by one, like in Tamiya's other Brummbar kit. And let's see, now you've got the Giant's 150mm thick gun, with two C's. It does move up and down, but I really don't want to move it because it scratches the paint, and that's a very bad thing. Also, the machine gun here, it does move side to side and up and down quite a bit, so I'm very happy about that. Good job, Tamiya. And the periscope here, if you choose to move the gun side by side, and I don't know if I want to do that, if you watch up here closely, the periscope does move, believe it or not, so... I'm very happy about that too. So it's very realistic, honestly. Next up here, we've got a machine gun mount. You'd slap an MG, I think 42 up here, and then yeah, call it a day. And by the way, this down here is an MG34. Then you've got the air vent up here, and then two little hatches that you can configure partially open here. Closed or fully open, and I did partially open because I thought it looked cool. Now, something I want to point out, with this little antenna, or I'll turn the tank back around here, with the antenna here, it is only a small little stub, so I cut off that stub and tried to make a little hole, and I took some extra parts sprue and I burned it, and then I pulled it apart and created this antenna here, so it looks really cool now. Next we have this little access compartment back here, and by the way, this little thing here, you have to glue it on separately, and it is a pain in the censored, so yes, I did just say pain in the censored, so yeah, it's not fun to build that part, at least. Next, let's get to the engine deck. Not too much down here. You've got your spare tires, only two little spare tire holders back here. And then we get down to the muffler section and all that, the engine compartment. I will get you guys filled in on that in a second. So here's a better view of the engine compartment and the muffler, not muffler, but the, because I just realized that it's not called a muffler, it's the engine area. Back here, there's not too much going on. Here's the manual engine start, the exhaust area, I guess. These two holes, well, let me point this out with my left. This hole and that hole, those are where the muffler is supposed to be, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. Something that the exhaust comes out from, or it blocks. Yeah, that's where it's supposed to go, but I didn't feel like installing it because it already looked too cool. So, so yeah. Now you're gonna notice that the side skirts block pretty much every single aspect of the tank. So I'll remove that. And if you notice here, I snuck a little bit of wire here. You can see it, and the wire that Tamiya includes, or rope, it's just small string, and it's really cool to mess with. So I really liked that feature, how they included that, because in their other Brummbar kit from earlier, from like the 90s or something, they they didn't include wire or anything. Also, make sure that you don't lose any of the side skirt parts, because I've lost way too many, so I had to glue this whole side permanently to the tank, which I regret. So I'll just move this here. Here's the... Oh, shoot. I could have broken the antenna just there. Oh. Here we have this little thingy here. I don't know what it's called. The ratchet. The jack here. And right here we've got a rope mount. And I've got a little bit of rope hanging out through here, the whole side of the tank. And then we get over to this side of the tank, and we get to the jack rest block and the rest of the wires. Let's get to the chassis and the wheels and everything. It's pretty simple, actually. I know this is historically inaccurate. There's the steel road wheels and then the normal road wheels. The normal road wheels would have the rubber, which is this black part out here, and the steel would would be made of primarily steel. These were mounted on this Brummbar because the earlier production Brummbar, like in my other video of Tamiya's other Brummbar, that Brummbar would be subject to frequent breakdowns because of all of the armor it had and that fat 150mm gun. That thing weighed 32 tons. This one weighed 28 tons, and these wheels were internally suspended, so there would be no breakdowns or chassis malfunctions. And I know there would be 2 steel road wheels here, and then 4 regular ones, and then 2 steel ones over here. But I felt like doing things differently, so I'd go steel, normal, steel, normal, steel, normal, steel, normal, and then steel. That's what I did with the other side too. And yeah, also this is meant to move, so I'll show you guys the functioning tracks. Okay, I can't exactly do that right now. But yeah, all the wheels are meant to move, so if you guys want to play around with it, don't do it because you will break it. Trust me, I learned that one the hard way. Jesus. Alright, let's get back to normal stuff. Now, a lot of people might question, hey, how'd you come up with the paint job? For the first time, I actually did a historical paint job that would have existed on this Brummbar. Well, that did exist. It is not based off of any specific tank, but I just did whatever my hand told me to do, or my brain told my hand to do, so yeah, I just went with that. I use Vallejo Gamer paints. For the brown, I use dark flesh color. For the green, I used a mix of mutation green and black. And for the sand color, I used Model Air sand color, I think. I don't know which one it's called, but I'll go over it later. Anyway, overall, it's a pretty complicated build, but it is fun to build, and there's a lot of things that you will have fun with. This tank does include 2 figures and an MP40 machine gun, so if you guys want to set this thing up for a diorama, it's probably the perfect tank to do that for. It's got a lot of features. I really like it, and I really wish there was a modern version of the other Brummbar too, because I would be the first one to buy it, honestly. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this. First and last but not least, huge, absolutely huge shout out to my grandpa. Why am I still making that Donald Trump voice? Shout out to my grandpa, Abuelo Pavon, because he was the one that bought this one for me, along with another tank that I will not be going over because I haven't built it yet. He was the one that bought it for me, and I am very thankful that he did. This is when I was in Mexico, so yeah. And also shout out to my mom because she's still in Mexico, but she's gonna be back soon because she was taking care of my grandma. So thanks a lot for that one, Mom. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video, which will be Roblox siren stuff. Don't worry, I am not losing interest in sirens. Also, stay tuned for the T-3485 video that I'm gonna be coming out with by Pegasus Hobbies, and also the SKP Schwerer Kleiner Panzer video that I have pending because I still have to finish the other SKPs too. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Remember, if you guys want, just ask me as many questions as you want. Remember, on my channel, no question is stupid. Unless it is, when are you going to shave your unibrow? That's a very stupid question. See you guys in my next video.